YouTube family. Happy Wednesday, everybody. It has been a hot minute since I have been on YouTube, and I have a really exciting chat to talk to you guys about today. I'm going to wait a few moments for you guys to join the live stream. For those of you guys who do not know me, my name is Christine Haranik, food scientist and chemical engineer. I'm the owner and founder of Gauge Life Nutrition Supplements, as well as gaugegirltraining, an online meal planning and coaching service. And I'm also the author of Unlock Your Macro Type. So as you guys join the broadcast, we are going to be talking about symptoms of hormone imbalances, as well as 4 specific types of hormone imbalances. So please introduce yourself, top chat, live chat. Please tell me where you're from. Just if you can comment your name and where you're from, I would love to hear from you today. Hey, Gabriela Gomez, what's up? And if you guys could please give this live stream a thumbs up, it helps so much. So I've been talking a lot about hormone health lately, and the reason why I've been getting into hormone health is because it is one of the most misunderstood aspects of the fat loss equation. And unfortunately, calories in, calories out is effective to a certain extent. However, if you are eating in a caloric deficit and you are not losing weight, there is an extra layer of complication. Hi, Hannah from Texas. You guys have heard me talk about hormonal belly. Hormonal belly is when you have a concentration of fat, specifically in the lower abdomen, and you are starting to observe a redistribution of where your body stores fat. If you're finding that your body is starting to store more and more fat in the torso when it didn't used to, you most likely have a hormone imbalance. And today we're going to talk about 4 hormone imbalances. Now, first, we're going to talk about estrogen dominance. We're going to talk about insulin imbalance. We're going to talk about testosterone imbalance, and we're going to talk about cortisol imbalance. And cortisol imbalance is a really big one that you guys need to just stay, listen, leave this live stream on. You could be multitasking while you're paying attention to this, but cortisol imbalance is a very big one. So we're going to start with estrogen dominance. Estrogen dominance is when your estrogen levels are high relative to progesterone. Estrogen dominance does not mean high estrogen. It means high estrogen relative to progesterone. So that means you could have estrogen dominance in menopause. Menopause is known for lower estrogen levels, but you could still have high estrogen relative to progesterone. So if you have estrogen dominance, here are the top 4 signs you want to be looking for. The first one is heavy periods, water retention, bloating, and anxiety. Again, heavy periods, water retention, bloating, and anxiety. So those are very, very big ones when it comes to estrogen dominance. Now, the next one we're going to talk about today is insulin imbalance. So I want to talk about this because an insulin imbalance occurs when you've consumed carbohydrates. When you consume carbohydrates, your blood sugar goes up. When your blood sugar goes up, there's glucose in your blood. That is a toxic state for the body, so that glucose needs to come out of the blood and be facilitated into the cells. What happens is your pancreas will release insulin to messenger the glucose out of the blood and move it into the cells. The problem is some people's cells are insulin resistant, meaning your body won't receive the glucose. It can't go into the cells. So and more insulin. Now, if you have an insulin imbalance, sorry guys, people are trying to call me. One second, I just want to send a quick message here before my whole thing gets shut down. So insulin imbalance will result in dizziness. It will result in an inability to concentrate. It will result in headaches. It will result in sweating. So think about this. Your body is starting to accumulate all this glucose in your blood that you can't use as fuel. It makes sense that you would get dizzy. It makes sense that you would have a harder time concentrating. It would make sense that you're starting to get headaches and you start to sweat because, again, your blood is getting backed up with glucose. Now, the next one is testosterone dominance. And thank you guys for joining. If you are just jumping onto the live stream, I do ask that you give this stream a thumbs up. 1 second here. Give this live stream a thumbs up. Brain fog and sweats. That is a huge sign of insulin imbalance. The next one is testosterone dominance. Do I have any ladies here who deal with facial hair? Balding. When I say balding, I'm talking, when I say facial hair, like even myself, I have a little bit of peach fuzz here that I wax, but I'm talking like if you notice that your facial hair, maybe through the lip, maybe through the chin, if you're starting to get thicker hairs that are coarser, that are getting longer, and it's getting more concentrated in a way that you didn't used to have before, through the upper lip, through the chin line. Now I say balding, I'm talking about balding, like if you're starting to have like receding hair, like through here, like through these regions, if you're starting to get maybe like patches in the back of your head, if you're experiencing oily skin, or acne. If those things are happening, that is testosterone dominance. And those excess circulating hormones can be dealt with. Now, the last one we're going to talk about today specifically is cortisol imbalance. So a cortisol imbalance, cortisol is the stress hormone, and cortisol isn't necessarily a bad thing per se, because cortisol is highest in the morning. It is the fight or flight hormone. It gets you moving. It allows your body to respond to tough situations. When you're having a cortisol spike, your body is being flushed with glucose, so that way you have energy to respond to whatever's going on with you. But cortisol imbalance, again, the stress hormone, will result in something called chronic fatigue. It will result in caffeine cravings. Have you ever craved coffee? I'm talking like you just feel like the only way you're going to survive and get through the day is if you have coffee. And I'm saying this very strongly because I believe I have dealt with cortisol imbalance. I would probably say that a lot of people deal with cortisol imbalance, but don't label it as such. They're like, oh, it's just stress. But stress is toxic. Stress is deadly, and I'm going to dive deep today and talk to you guys about what you can do about cortisol imbalance. Cortisol imbalance also results in sugar cravings. It also results in weight gain or a resistance to weight loss. Cortisol imbalance, you guys have to remember, if you guys had insulin resistance, for instance, your insulin levels are high, type 2 diabetes, right? People go on medication for that. They go on treatments for that. And that's taken seriously. But if you're stressed, I feel like stress is underlooked. It's not dealt with the same level of seriousness that you need to look at it with. And there is a couple things that you can do to lower your cortisol levels. And the first one I'm going to bring up today is probiotics. Did you know that probiotics, specifically there is a strain of probiotics, the lactobacillus strain in probiotics, is proven scientifically to chemically lower your cortisol levels. Now, why is that? Probiotics. So I offer probiotics, and my vegan probiotic, which is part of the Gauge Life supplement line, does have the strain of probiotics that does naturally lower insulin. I want you guys to think about this for a minute. When you're stressed, have you ever had it impact your stomach? And like I've had this in college, where if I had an exam, I'd get really like overwhelmed. If I'd get stressed or nervous, I'd feel it in my gut. I'd feel it in my stomach right away. Like, I'm not trying to be TMI, but like it might send me to the toilet. Or maybe you get some really bad news, or you have something really overwhelming happening. If you ever notice, if your stomach hurts, there is a direct connection to your cortisol, your stress, and your gut. And it makes complete obvious sense that including probiotics is going to add an added layer of defense for your body's ability to deal with a cortisol imbalance, because cortisol imbalance is stopping you from losing this. Again, if you are one of those people dealing with the caffeine cravings, dealing with the sugar craving, chronic fatigue. What is chronic fatigue? I mean, if you are always tired, if you always feel like you need more rest, no matter how much you slept, no matter how much coffee you drink, no matter what you just ate, even if you had a piece of sugar, you had some coffee, you had plenty of sleep, you had all those things, but yet you're still just like dragging. Do I have anybody in that boat watching this right now who just you feel like you're dragging and you want to work out, you want to be more productive, you want to get the laundry done, you want to clean your house, you want to wash the dishes, you want to organize your closet, you want to be a more productive version of yourself, that you're dragging, you're fatigued. That's cortisol imbalance. Now, I want to talk to you guys today about some foods that you can take that will reduce this cortisol imbalance. Now, number one, avocado. Avocado is loaded with magnesium. It's loaded with potassium. It's loaded with the B vitamins. It's loaded with vitamin K. And obviously, it's a healthy form of fat. Avocados are excellent for reducing cortisol. The next thing is bananas, magnesium rich, potassium rich. They also help to lower inflammation. Another one, broccoli, magnesium. What do all these things have in common? Magnesium. The next one is magnesium and potassium are just game changers for cortisol imbalance. The next one is dark chocolate. Now, dark chocolate does contain fiber, iron, magnesium. It does help lower cortisol. Now, I want to talk about chocolate for a minute here, because I get really annoyed by diet chocolate, if that makes sense. So if you see like keto chocolate, or you see like a sugar-free chocolate, or you see like chocolate with like chocolate bars with like sugar alcohols, they're trying to be healthier versions of it. I would rather you guys just have a piece of Godiva, have a piece of Ghirardelli, just have the real thing, but just have a small portion of it. You have to time yourself to go forward. I just would encourage you guys to just eat the real thing and have rich dark chocolate. So no banana, and that's perfectly fine. If the reason why I bring up banana specifically is not due to the carbs, it's due to the fact that it is a good source of magnesium. So if you can't have banana, that is perfectly fine. Another thing that I want you guys to look at is seeds. Who likes seeds? Seeds. Pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, chia seeds, flax seeds, hemp seeds. These things are amazing for lowering that cortisol levels. Excellent. They're rich in fiber, they're rich in iron, they're rich in magnesium. Omega-3s, they're going to support controlling your blood sugar, and this is going to reduce your cortisol. So the next one is spinach. Again, magnesium rich. Spinach is fantastic. It also has folate, fiber, iron. It has vitamin C, vitamin A, vitamin K. Get that spinach in. Now, do I have any fans of nutritional yeast? Do I have any fans of nutritional yeast up in here? Nutritional yeast is commonly used in the vegan community, the plant-based community. I use it a lot in my plant-based meal plans. Nutritional yeast, it has a flavor profile that is similar to, they call it like, it's almost like cheese for vegans, because it's got this like kind of salty, cheesy vibe. It's rich in B vitamins. Nutritional yeast, it's protein rich. It does have high levels of vitamin B12, and it helps the body metabolize how cortisol interacts in the gut. Now, like I said, probiotics. Now, you can use probiotic supplements, and you guys can order this. Um, you guys can order this on gaugelife.com. This is also part of the Hormone Reset bundle and Hormone Reset Super Bundle. But this has over 50 billion colony forming units per serving. Insane. Again, this is scientifically formulated with the exact strand of probiotic to lower cortisol. So if you guys have not checked out my probiotics, this is a wonderful product, and you can get this on gaugelife.com. So that is a fantastic way to do that. Now, there's also probiotic foods like kimchi, miso, sauerkraut. What's the other one? What's that drink? What's that fermented drink that everyone's so hype on? I'm drawing brain fog right now. Oh my goodness. Kombucha. Kombucha. That's it. That is also rich in probiotics. Now, olive oil. Olive oil is going to lower your cortisol levels. Nuts are going to lower your cortisol levels. And last but not least, cinnamon. Cinnamon helps to support your blood sugar, and that regulates your cortisol levels. So my friends, I talked about symptoms of hormone imbalances today. I talked about 4 main types of hormone imbalances, and I'm spending more time talking about cortisol imbalance. So if this is you, take these things seriously, put it into action, and I want you guys to do something about it, because it's not going to change until you change it. It's not going to change until you change it. The good news is that there is so many things you can do from a nutritional intervention perspective to positively impact your health. Now, if you're watching this and you're not on a program, you need to start somewhere, but you don't know where to start, I invite you to do my hormone reset protocol. If you are dealing with any of these symptoms of hormone imbalance, again, water retention, bloating, dizziness, sweating, headaches, inability to concentrate, oily skin, balding, facial hair, chronic fatigue, caffeine cravings, sugar cravings. Maybe you have low libido, maybe you're having hot flashes. If this is you and you are starting to accumulate more of this is 5 pounds of body fat. If you're starting to accumulate more of this in the lower abdomen, it is perhaps time to do a hormone reset. I do have a great bundle of hormone reset supplements. You're at the park about to take a run, you need to lose your midsection. The stomach came out of nowhere. And running is great, don't get me wrong. You're gonna have to really shift your nutrition. I invite you guys to check out the Hormone Reset Protocol. It is on sale right now for 50% off. And we also have a deal on the Hormone Reset supplements. This Hormone Reset is going to boost your metabolism. It is going to support reversing insulin resistance. It is going to detox the body of excess circulating hormones. It is going to improve your energy levels. It is going to minimize fatigue. It is going to have you feeling better than you have felt in a very, very, very long time. And this is done by increasing your dietary fiber, increasing your magnesium levels, increasing your dietary fats, because you have to remember that the hormones that you do need to be in a state of balance. Is it the same as taking DIM? And the answer is no. I recommend Indole 3-carbinol. This is part of my hormone reset supplement bundle. Indole 3-carbinol is the precursor to DIM. So IC3, that's what this is short for. This will convert into DIM in the acidic environment of the stomach. Hormone reset worked for you before, and you will do it again soon. And thank you for sharing your experience, Cecilia. I'm very, very glad because it makes it makes a very, very big difference. So with that being said, my friends, I hope this was helpful. If you have questions about the hormone reset, if you want the link, you guys can comment below and I'll send you the link. Or if anyone wants to go over any of their symptoms with me, just to make sure that this protocol is suitable for you, you guys can shoot me a DM, a direct message on Instagram at gaugegirltraining. Again, thank you all for joining the YouTube live today. If you want to see more of these in the future, give this a thumbs up. Give this a thumbs up as you can, because it really helps me out a lot here on YouTube. But thank you guys for joining. and I will see you on the next one. Peace out, my friends.